What's up guys, Abe here. I love mid-range decks. Mid-range is my most favorite archetype to play in this game. I played mid-range sword, mid-range shadow, mid-range forest, mid-range rune, mid-range dragon, mid-range haven, and also mid-range portal, I guess? Anyway, that's not the point. Half of you probably don't know what half of the decks I'm talking about on that segment. In this video, we will talk about the best kind of mid-range deck, which is Swordcraft, Rally Mid-Range Swordcraft. A deck that popped off in Edge of Paradise right now. A deck that utilizes heavy board pressure and efficient tempo swings. Rally mid-swords are considered top tier right now. It is very much used in competitive scenes and very consistent in ranked ladder. The deck is strong, very consistent, and straightforward to play. Now let's get into it. Like every other mid-sword deck, Edge of Paradise Rally Sword relies on heavy board presence and efficient tempo swings. Cards like Cat Admiral and Blade Reich's Lieutenant is one of the examples of both board presence and tempo swing. They're one of the most effective plays on turn 4 going second. Musketeer's Vow and Monochrome Endgame, one of the most useful spells for this deck. In the mid-game, providing a fierceful board presence and potentially destroying 2 to 3 followers with a single card effects. Victorious Blader is your big boss card, a tempo swing, and a big tricky to remove lethal potential follower. And the new Edge of Paradise legendary Taketsumi Aconite Paladin provides a very useful spell to clear a follower with some extra effect. Now, how you want to play this deck? Well, like I said, it is very straightforward to play. You want to play your cards on curve and proactively playing followers for your opponents to react. You are at core a rally deck. You want most of your cards to benefit off their rally effect, so you mostly want your early game to get the rally effect as fast as you need. Most of the time, the rally effects is for making your board very hard to clear, and at best is to win you the game. To get into details, here's how you play a rally mid-sword. Turn 1, play your 1 play point followers. There are a few choices you can play. Penguin Defender to rack up rally, Bumpkit Recruit as insight, or Quick Dabber to quickly dab your opponent. Turn 2, play Victorious Blader or Blader Reich's Lieutenant to rack up your rally. If you don't have them, play your 2 drops accordingly. Turn 3, Corpse Master Accelerate. If you don't have them, play another 2 drop to rack up rally, or play Kagemitsu. Turn 4, going first, is tricky. You might want to rack up your rally as fast as you can in this turn, or play some wards or something else to set up your turn. Going second, now this is where it's going to get fun. Going second, the effective way to play is to evolve Cat Admiral and play Blade Reich's Admiral. It's a 2-for-1 and a very huge board to stack up rally, and if you have rally 7, an extra 2 damage from Cat Admiral. If you don't have them, just play like you're going first. Just stack up your rally or set up some wards or removal for the next turn. Turn 5, Musketeer's Vow. To play Musketeer's Vow, you will always want to pick Aramis, while the other 3 you should pick according to your opponent. But, just to be safe in any matchup, you would want to pick Athos for a ward to protect Aramis. If you already have rally 10 at this point, it's even better. Because if the opponent can clear Aramis, he will just stack up and gets harder to kill, and at best kills your opponent on the next turn. On turn 6, you can play Monochrome Endgame. Simple yet very strong effect. Trade with your opponents accordingly. Turn 7 above is where you should have already have little plays. If you don't, play Victorious Blader on 7. He's tricky to remove if you don't have direct removal and very threatening since he have double attack. Let him live and you most likely die. To finish the game, you have a few options. Erika is your go-to lethal option. Her Rally 15 effects are very useful and can deal over 10 damage in a single turn if you have the right cards. Kagemitsu is a more evil option of lethal. High burst, good board clear. Musketeer's Vow Enhance is also good, a very straightforward D'Artagnan phase. If you have 2 evo points, even better. If the game is still prolonged, consider bringing Gilnelise. She will be useful for your advantage when you have very little hand in the late game. Now that you know how to play a rally mid-sword, now I will tell you how to build a deck. We are jumping up and down the steps right now, so bear with me. There are a few variations of this deck. The more aggressive Rally Sword with Quick Dabber and Liod to get any early poke for a faster endgame. The more Evo and more balanced Rally Sword utilizing Kagemitsu and other free evolve cards like Octris, also sometimes uses Jupiter for a more late game control and setup. And then there is Control Sword. Now hear me out. Control Sword is still basically Midsword. Just because you most likely win past turn 8 doesn't mean you can be Midsword. Because remember the good old days where getting to turn 10 and beyond is actually one of the capabilities of Midsword. Oh, the good old days. Anyway, Control Sword is your control mid-range sword variant. You play more reactive while still stacking up your rally counts. You grief your opponent by stealing their Evo point, and always get the full effect of Musketeer's Vow Enhance. When you can do that, multiple Gilnalis will be your endgame play. And that's how you build the deck. As per reference, here's an image of core cards for the deck. And how you want to build it further is up to you. The deck is very expensive. And if you ask if there's a budget version of this deck, there isn't. And you should never take any advice from someone claiming their budget sword deck can work. This deck works best when you have all the good and expensive cards. So you better invest in sword cards right now. Now that you already built the deck, now let's briefly talk about the matchups for this deck. This deck is pretty good against any deck if the games let you play one-sidedly. Against combo decks like Kwon or Sekka, if you have a good early poke, and a huge board presence early game and will let them have a breather, you can finish the game early and they cannot really respond very well. Shadowcraft is a 50-50 in my opinion. If they have Roulenier, you basically lose the game, but if they don't, you can still go along with your game plan. Roulenier is really the downfall for your deck, since he can board clear your board really well. Against Buff Dragon, it's pretty unfavored. If you don't have a good early play, you will get stomped by so many tempo swing cards and you cannot really react against a very big boards. You need to play Erika at the right time to not let Drax clear your board very hard. Against Handless Blood,
here's Johnny!
In conclusion, Rally Midsword is one of the strongest yet fair and balanced deck in the meta. They can win one-sidedly if they high roll hard, but all of their tools is not too broken that every deck has a way to counter them. If you're a long fan of mid-range sword, this deck has been a blessing. And if you're just starting out, this is one of the most straightforward, relatively easy to play deck in this meta. It's super fun to play, so go try it, but it will cost you some hefty files. And that's it for this video. Let me hear your thoughts, so leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already. More content coming soon, so stay tuned. And I'll see you guys next time.